Hey, Olga from Russian for Fun here, and this is the easiest Russian course on YouTube for complete beginners. Keep watching and you'll be surprised how quickly you learn all the Russian letters and start reading in Russian. And the best part, you'll actually understand what you are reading, not just sound out words without getting the meaning. So subscribe if you haven't yet, and let's get straight to our lesson number 3. In today's lesson, our plan is to learn 2 more new letters of the Russian alphabet, which, by the way, is called Cyrillic. So, by the end of the lesson, you'll know 8 Russian letters. Plus, I'll introduce 3 new Russian words and some useful phrases. Today, we'll start with a very easy Russian letter. It's super easy, no joke. It's the first letter of the Russian alphabet, and it looks exactly like the English letter A. The first letter of the Russian alphabet is called A. Listen and repeat after me. A. One more time. A. And again. A. And the last time. A. Great! It was easy. I don't think we should dwell on the letter A for too long because it's pretty easy, obviously. But I think it's time to learn a new word. A very common word that is used all the time. You might have heard this word. Can you read it? The word is da. Da means yes. I often hear the word da in English-speaking videos. The word da consists of 2 letters. The previous lesson's letter d or de, and our new letter from today's lesson, a. Let's read the word da together. Da. 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 Good job. Remember what da means? Right. Da means yes. In English, you often say, for example, yes I am, yes I do, yes I can, and so on. But in Russian, it's completely unnecessary. We just say da and that's it, full stop. The context usually makes the meaning clear without needing any extra words. Alright, let's continue with the new stuff. And we'll come back to the word da a bit later. Okay, good. Do you remember the Russian phrase «Я иду» from our previous lesson? Let's read it together. Listen and repeat. Я иду. Я иду. Я иду. Я иду. Great! In lesson number 2, we learned that Я иду means I'm going on foot or I'm walking. But not only is this phrase used in this context, but also in others. And today, I'm gonna give you another example of how to use the phrase Я иду. Let's say someone's at home with a kid and calling them, "Come here," and they might respond with, "I'm coming." In Russian, we use the phrase "Я иду" or just "иду" as a response to "come here." We can also repeat the word "иду," saying "иду, иду" when we are coming reluctantly. And honestly, it can sound a little rude and annoyed. But it's not always like that. Sometimes saying "иду, иду" can sound polite. It depends on the tone of your voice. Compare two messages. Annoyed one, "иду, иду," and polite one, "иду, иду." You can also say a following phrase in response for "come here." Let's read this phrase. Да иду я, иду. Sounds annoyed, right? It means, yeah, I'm coming. A teenager might respond this way after their mom keeps calling them multiple times. Let's practice reading this phrase together. First, slowly, then faster. Listen and repeat. Да иду я, иду. And again. Да иду я, иду. A little bit faster. Да иду я, иду. And the last time, even more natural. Да иду я, иду. Nice! It's time for our new word. And I'm sure you can read this word and figure out what it means easily. You nailed it!
Yay!
The word is mama, and it means mom. In Russian, we also say mom instead of mama. Let's read this word together. Mama, 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 mama. Good. And now it's time for a new letter and a new word. This Russian letter looks like a bug, and it even sounds like a bug. Like this. Try saying it with me. Is a sound, and the letter is called Ж. The lowercase Ж looks exactly the same as the uppercase Ж. Great! Ready for a new word and phrase? Let's go! First up, here's a phrase that means I'm waiting. Look, just two short words. And here's the cool part. We already know all the letters in this phrase. That means you can read and say this phrase right now. But first, just to be sure, let's go through all the letters in this sentence, one by one. Remember, repetition is the mother of learning. Let's try it this way. I'm gonna give you a few seconds to recall a letter and say it out loud. After that, I'll give you a correct answer so you can check yourself. This way, you'll remember better and learn faster. Ready? Let's begin. The letter the letter Ya. Now look at the next letter. This is our new letter, and it kinda looks like a bug. The letter is J, and the sound is J. And now name the next letter. It's from our previous lesson. The letter is D, and the sound is D. Now the only last letter is left, and it's the letter is U. Tell me in the comments how many Russian letters you remembered. Alright, let's read our new phrase now. Wanna give it a try on your own first? Go ahead and read the phrase all by yourself, and then I'll read it for you. Come on, try it out. Hey, you just nailed it, or at least gave it a shot. Let's check it out. Я жду. Once again, я жду. One more time. Я жду. And the last time. Я жду. Awesome! Now you know a new phrase, and you can use it anytime. As always, you can just say жду instead of я жду. You're basically just dropping the word я, and the meaning stays the same. No matter if you say жду or я жду. This works the same way with all our phrases, like я ем, я иду, and я еду. You can just say ем instead of я ем, or you can say иду instead of я иду. And you can say еду instead of я еду. So, now, before we wrap up for today, a quick quiz. Let's review all the Russian letters we already know. Can you remember which letter this is? Я. What about this letter? И. How about this one? M. M. Do you remember this letter?
Yay!
Yeah. What about this one? R. How about this letter? R. R. Remember this one? O. And the last letter. D. D. Make sure to tell me in the comments which letters you're good at and which ones are still tricky. That's all for today. See you in the next lesson. Bye-bye.